Oh, hello, my Belfast Thousand Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. Alright, we are back with another bad chapter. This one is titled The Disturbing Case of Dylan Redwine. Alright, I'm excited. I always get excited when your old boy Mike gets on there. You're on the mic with Mike, spit your rhyme anytime. Alright, let's go ahead and get into today's story. I can't wait. I'm hoping there's an insurance stat somewhere in this one. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Come on, Mike. Alright, go ahead. Turn them lights down low. Put on something comfy. Cuddle up with someone special. Let's get laughy. It's Mike. We got to get laughy.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, what we're talking about is red wine. Probably should have called it brown wine. To Colorado we go, classic, to look at a story, a mystery really, that went on for years. You know, we all have...
Damn it, Mike. Now the song Red Wine's stuck in my head. Red wine, make you...
like some pretty embarrassing photographs, ones we'd rather, not be like tagged in, or whatever, you know what I mean. This is that times 10. So, you see, when somebody saw pictures of Mark that he really didn't want anybody else to see, when they had a goo at, well, it rhymes with goo. This is probably the one video where let's give it a goo is a poor choice of words. But let's...
Oh shit. Let's give it a go is a poor choice of words. Oh, Mike. Damn.
So it is to Colorado we go. That place has been on the radar quite a lot lately. Citizens must be getting a little bit jelly of the big dogs. We are going to a little place called Durango.
Oh, God.
Durango is located at the southern end of Colorado, a city made up of about 16,000 people. It's kind of located in the southern foothills of the Rockies. You keep going up, you're in ski country. You go down, you're in Navajo Nation. In Durango, there lived a lot of families.
Ooh. Oxbow Park. I've been to Oxbow Park. I really have. Yes. Went camping. Long time ago.
And now, I will go through them alphabetically. Or let's just skip to the or. Redwine. I love it, but it's a family name too. Made up of Mark, Elaine, Corey, and Dylan. Mark and Elaine had been married since 1989. Happily, yeah, sure, why not? Living in Durango. Over the course of their 18-year marriage, Mark and Elaine would have two
Yeah, sure. Why not?
boys together. Corey, born in 1992, and the younger Dylan, born in February 1999. The family were happy out living in southern Colorado. Durango looks like a beautiful city, and so Daddy Mark, who had been married once before and had a son from that marriage, well, when he wasn't working away at his job as a foreman with United Pipeline, he was spending it with his beloved wife and two sons. And he would spend it until the year 2007 rolled around. Elaine, she regained her maiden name of Hatfield and divorced Mark, and that divorce, swimmingly, it did not go, let me tell you that much. It was acrimonious as shit, Mark. He wanted it to be as ugly as possible. He did not want it. If he was going to be unhappy, you sure as shit would be too. It ended with Elaine getting full custody of her two sons.
He's gonna be unhappy. You sure as shit were too. Oh, God. Hey, some people are like that though. Like they believe until death do you part means till death do you part, and it's not gonna be pretty if it ain't. I am not one of those people. Like, I am previously divorced and no hard feelings. Like, we are better people apart than what we was together. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes. She found the person that is a perfect fit for her. Mad respect to the both of them. They're great people together. I found someone that completes me. They say she's my better half, but that would be me saying that I'm the worst half, and I can't admit to that. I'm sorry, I just can't. So she's my equal half. 'Cause we're both awesome.
From there, Elaine, Corey, and Dylan moved about 300 miles away to Colorado Springs. The divorce. Well, any relationship Mark had with Elaine was now in the toilet. It's now in the crapper. Also in the crapper was the thing he loved most. His relationship with his kids, of course. Corey and Dylan, their relationship with their dad became strained too, and although Mark had visitation rights, he didn't really give two shits about them. Although they still had friends back in their hometown, they didn't spend a huge amount of time back there. Less and less. And when, in 2010, they saw a side of Mark they had rarely seen before, a pretty angry and violent one after witnessing a fight with their parents, well, going back to Durango was not really very high on their to-do lists, you know what I mean? This would lead to more legal shite, and Dylan, still a minor, would be spending court-ordered visits with his dad. One of these was due for Thanksgiving 2012. Now, Dylan didn't want to go. His older brother Corey, was 20 years old at this point, so he got off scot-free. Just be Dylan going by himself with his dad. Dad, bit of a dick. The relationship was shite, his dad was a turd, and...
That's awful. There's one thing I know 100% for sure. 100% for sure. That no matter what, my kids know I love them. Period. That to me is literally the most important thing. I could never imagine being a shit. Not to my kids. If it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't be the person I am you see before you. Like, they can't say they made me a better person because they made me the person I want to be for them. Better or worse, however way you look at it, I know I'm someone I would like them to look up to. So to be a shit like that to your kids, in front of your kids, or any way, shape, or form, that bewilders me, like, to no end. That I don't understand that. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand it.
It wasn't exactly like, here, we'll play football, go fishing, talk about chicks, whatever. It wasn't like that at all. Dylan was kind of scared of him, did not want to be alone with him, and when he wanted to see if he could crash with his friends instead of staying with his dad poo-pooed that idea. It was on the 18th of November that 13-year-old Dylan Redwine hopped on a plane and flew from Colorado Springs to Durango La Plata Airport. Mark picked up Dylan at the airport and off they went, with Dylan being caught on CCTV at a local Walmart.
I mean, he does look upset.
And then...
Sorry, I've been doing that here lately. I don't know. The boy does look upset. I mean, hold on. Let's go back to that picture.
Mark picked up Dylan at the airport and off.
Doesn't look too bad there. It looks a little like shit. You know what I mean? Just shit. But
they went, with Dylan being caught on CCTV.
Right there, he looks upset. Look at those eyes. Like, looks like he's just upset. Man, that is awful. I don't know how I'd feel if my kids looked that upset whenever they see me. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
At a local Walmart. And then, he vanished. It was late in the afternoon of the 19th of November 2012, about 5:30, that Elaine, 300 miles away, filed a police report, a missing persons report. Dylan had disappeared. The police, they were immediately out in force, and the story at the time went a little something like this. That morning, the 19th, at about 7:30 a.m, Mark, he had to pop out, do a few bits and bobs, down to shops, whatever. When he left, Dylan was sleeping on the couch. He came back a couple of hours later. Dylan was gone. He assumed he had popped out for a walk, maybe gone to see his mates, whatever. He eventually started ringing around, and nobody had seen hide nor hair.
Hey, Budro, you up yet? Done at the office and headed your way in a bit? Call me, Kay. Hey, you. Call me, please. Dylan, I am home and you're nowhere to be found. Come back so I can get you to Bayfield at least. Call me, Kay. Dylan, you need to call me. Where are you?
He started texting.
I guess this is between Mark and Elaine, the mother and father, right? Elaine, I'm wondering if you have heard from Dylan. I've been trying to reach him all afternoon. It's really worrying me when I'm 7 hours away and get a message like this from you. I haven't heard from Dylan today. Where did you leave him or last see him? Damn. I went to town for errands and he was fine. I am just concerned and thought you may have heard from
Elaine, and she was, immediately unhappy, who then called the cops. The investigation then, began. Now, Mark's first thought was that he's ran off. He'll be back when he's hungry in like a couple of hours. He'll come back fall and it'll be fine. Elaine didn't think it would be that. He wouldn't run away. And if he did, he would call her, straight away. There was something else going on here.
Tonight, the disappearance of a Colorado 13-year-old remains a mystery. The search for Dylan Redwine began more than a week ago. Earlier this week, divers from New Mexico helped look for the teen.
It's a needle in a haystack search. We're going off of tips, we're going off of real general information, and it's the what if.
Hundreds of volunteers came out in force to find the boy. Police, helicopters, flyers, dogs, the works. The mountains were checked, the woods, the area around Mark's home. But nothing. Everyone was helping the search.
I think somebody knows where he is. I don't know if somebody's hiding him or if somebody's already done something horrible to him.
The mother of a missing Colorado teenage boy now fears foul play in the disappearance of her 13-year-old son.
Everyone except good old Mark, that is. According to Elaine and Corey, they said he was just, chilling out on the couch, having a beer, watching a footy, having a grand old time.
Well, it's been a tough time for all of us. I know. I know that it's been difficult on me, and I can only imagine how difficult it's been for his mom and his brother and his family over in the Colorado Springs area. And, we're doing everything we can to try to find Dylan, and we want to keep the focus on finding Dylan. And, I've been working with the investigators to make sure that, all the bases are being covered on that end. And, that's pretty much where I'm at with that. I mean, I'm doing everything I know how to do.
Didn't give an F, when he's a distraught father. Maybe. A couple of weeks in, the police announced it was now a criminal investigation. About 2 weeks after the disappearance, a runaway was ruled out due to surrounding circumstances. Lack of cell phone activity, his friends texting him to no response. Police interviewed those who knew him and the length of time that had gone by. No, this was criminal. A task force was set up, made up of 5 different agencies, and it began to turn from a where to a who. Mark's house was searched, his truck, and he did cooperate with the police, but more and more people were giving him the old, shifty eye. He noticed, he said it was unfair. Come on, me? Come on, look at him.
There's a lot of suspicion out there. Can you address that?
Well, I can only imagine being a mother, the frustration of hearing about your son going missing. And, I can only think that has to do with lashing out and trying to find who's accountable for this in this situation. Dylan, my prayers are with you, and I love you very much. He was the light of my life, and he meant everything to me. And I just want him home, just like everybody else does.
He's clearly a runaway. Right, guys?
I didn't even see like his eyes tearing up like at all. Man. Mm.
Weeks started to go by, turning to months. And Elaine told something to the police which may or may not be of some help. And it was about Dylan. See, Dylan, he had seen something maybe he shouldn't have. Put it that way.
A spokesperson for the La Plata County Sheriff's Office tells Action 7 News a bloodhound from Albuquerque came up to the Vallecito Reservoir the other day and went out with the task force. Officials say bloodhounds can pick up a scent up to 6 weeks after an event. We're told the search covered the same ground as before, but the hound did not discover any trace of Dylan. I spoke with Dylan's mother, Elaine, last week.
You have to speculate, where he is and if he's okay and is he eating? Is he going to be home for Christmas so that we can, celebrate together?
In 2011, a year before Dylan disappeared, Mark, Dylan and Corey went on a road trip together, some bonding time for the lads. When they were at a motel, Dylan found something on his dad's laptop. Realizing this was weird, he woke up his older brother Corey and they took the laptop into the bathroom, locked the door while their father was asleep, and they had a goo. They, had a goo? A poo. They discovered pictures of their dad wearing women's underwear, diapers, and eating shit from a nappy. Not sure how much I can show you. Not sure how much you want to see.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to see none of that. I don't know. What the is wrong with this mother? Okay, hold on. There's going to be some really profane language. Give me just one second. What in the hell is wrong with this shit eating fuck? Oh, like, okay, I don't care if you want to dress up in no lady's clothes. I don't care if you want to put a diaper on. I don't care if you want to piss and shit. Why you eat your own poo? Don't eat poo. Oh.
He was wolfing it down. Literal shit. He eat that poo-poo.
And then they eat the poo-poo like ice cream.
Flashes of Russell Williams all over again. And so this apparently ruined Dylan's image of his dad. I can imagine it'd be hard to take him seriously. After that, and well...
Hey, Dad, stop screaming at me. Your breath smells like shit. Hey, send me those poop pics of Papa cause he gave a speech about you guys being a bad example. I want to show him what he really is. Oh.
A year later, a couple of months before he went missing, Corey let his dad know that they both had seen the pictures, and he had taken pictures on his cell phone back at the time. Kind of, well, really anything Mark would do to the boys, give out to them, whatever. They kind of had a counterattack ready, try and discipline me now, bitch.
Shit got deep. Shit got deep. That's all I'm gonna say. I just truly one shitty motherfucker. Takes a whole new meaning as damn. I eat the corn out of their shit, just say we ate dinner together, huh? I'm sorry. Oh shit. Oh, that's too much for my brain to handle right now. Oh my god. It's one thing to do all that and eat poo. It's another thing for your kids to find out about it. And then, yeah, that's ammunition. That's some shit. It's so shitty. That's the last poo, and I'm sorry. Oh god. Oof.
The searches for young Dylan continued as winter turned to spring, to summer.
Will you take a polygraph?
I will take a polygraph.
Mark Redwine told Dr. Phil he would take the test to prove he had nothing to do with the disappearance of his son Dylan. It came after some bold accusations from his ex-wife and older son.
What do you think's going on here?
I think Mark has something to do with it. I think he's either got him heading out or, done something and disposed. I strongly think that he's involved.
Why?
He hasn't done a single thing since Dylan has been gone. I do believe that Mark took Dylan to punish my mom and essentially hurt her.
I'm not involved in this. No matter how it comes across, whether it be to you or anybody else, I'm not involved in this. And I have a hard time dealing with this. I struggle.
Damn, bro, they got Dr. Phil involved. You know it's some serious shit when Dr. Phil get involved, alright? I'm just saying. Only thing that's worse than Dr. Phil is if it had been Maury. Oh my god. If I was him, I wouldn't have a mustache or a beard or nothing. It's gonna smell like shit.
With this every day, and for months now, I got Corey and Elaine pointing their finger at me.
But when it came time for the test, Mark asked for a day delay. Then, the next morning, just when the test was getting started, Mark said he didn't feel well, an automatic disqualifier. Dr. Phil pleaded with him again hours later.
You should be doing backflips right now to take this polygraph test. You were the last person to have seen your son before he disappeared.
Do you know where he is?
No, I don't. Boy, I just struggle with
Pink eye from all the poo. You shit eater.
this whole thing.
In the end, Mark Redwine decided not to do it.
On the 27th of June 2013, 7 months after he was last seen, Dylan was finally found, or part of him, at least. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation confirmed that bones that had been found during a search in late June belonged to Dylan Redwine. They were found about 10 miles from Mark's home in a wooded area. When Mark's son from his first marriage called Mark to let him know that Dylan had been found, apparently Mark was like, oh, he's been found, has he? Yeah. Jeez, terrible, isn't it terrible? Oh, well, sure. Shit happens. Right here, let you go. Right, So what happened to young Dylan? Well, at the time it couldn't really be determined.
I love his little ad libs he does. It's amazing. That shit happens. He would know. He eats it.
There was just bones left and there was no real signs of trauma. But they didn't find the head. So Mark's idea was, well, animal attack. Bears, cougars, mountain lions, whatever. They're all out there. Must have gotten him. He left the house. He went for a walk. He got ate. Or, a hunter might have accidentally shot him on the side of the mountain and he panicked and dumped his body. Of course, the mountain was closed in Thanksgiving 2012. So there wouldn't be any hunters there. But you never know what could happen. That was Mark's line and he was sticking to it like a fly on.
Means right, you don't know because people do stupid shit. I just said this in, I believe, yesterday's video. Like, people do stupid shit. You're not supposed to shoot animals out of a car. People do it. Whenever you go hunting, you feel your tag, and that is all you're allowed to hunt. Unless, it's open for whatever reason, like there's an overpopulation or something, then it is. You're not supposed to shoot does. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You're not supposed to. Hunting season starts on a certain day. Your time starts at a certain time. It's usually sunrise or so many minutes after sunrise, and then so many minutes before, dusk. But people do stupid shit all the time. So, I mean, Mike's right. Like, shit happens. So, yeah, even though the mountain was closed, someone could have still been up there doing illegal ass, dirty ass shit. And if they would have shot him while they was doing this illegal ass, dirty ass shit, they would have been even twice as scared, because that's even more shit. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how many times I can say the shit word in this video, because he eats poo. I'm sorry.
Mark on shite. The bones were found at what was described as a typical dump site. Basically, a site that's close to a road or access point, within 50 yards anyway, and it's downhill. It was ruled to be a homicide at this time.
Well, shit, I don't think it was a hunter, because the hunter's not just going to dump him down the road. The hunters are going to shoot him and run. Oh, God.
Dylan's skull wasn't found until 2 years later, roughly 5 miles from where his bones had been located. It was from there that the authorities could try and find a cause of death, and it looked like Dylan had suffered a sharp force injury and a skull fracture above his left eye at or around the time of his death. Throughout this, there was mounting pressure of, licking his shitty chops, Mark. He failed his first polygraph, refused.
Licking his shitty chops, Mark. Hey, shit turd.
Used to take a second. His first wife, named Betsy, would speak to the police, saying Mark had told her, quote, if he ever had to get rid of a body, he would leave it in the mountains.
Anywhere I was, he was right there beside me. He would come to me before he would go to his mom. And I would do anything for that boy.
Those good old pictures of Mark, they became kind of public knowledge. And Mark's response to this, lads, they're photoshopped. Right? Fake news. Here.
The one time having two screens going just... that was too much. Too much. Oh, it was a shitty situation. Stuck between... two shits.
Come on, go on. Do I look like a guy who would eat shit?
Oh, shit.
There's some jokester out there playing a prank, making it look like I enjoy doo-doo. I don't do. And remember how Mark's house was searched at the beginning of the investigation, and it was, he was pretty compliant? It probably shouldn't have been. Well, they found stuff during that search. Stuff like blood. It was found in multiple locations in Mark's living room, the couch, the floor, the coffee table, the rug. Now, Mark's girlfriend at the time tried to give a cover for him, saying Dylan had cut his finger a year previous, in 2011. Must have chopped the fucking thing off for there to be that much blood. The cadaver dogs picked up scents on Mark's clothing and throughout the home. Also, Mark was seen driving an ATV down the same road Dylan's remains would be found off of days before the area was due to be searched. And during this time, Elaine, Dylan's mother, she filed a wrongful death suit against Mark, but it would have to be dismissed, essentially due to a filing error. And so time went by. And it would eventually be 5 years after Dylan disappeared in August 2017 that the bug-eyed motherfucker would be arrested.
Just keep your hands up, buddy. Just keep your hands up. Watch the cab. I got the cab. Around me. Go around back. Yep. Just keep your hands up.
Don't move, bud, okay?
Do not move. Drop a cigarette.
Shitty motherfucker. Getting police there, you're surrounded by cops. It looks like they have some big old guns pointed right at you, and you are on the ground, but by golly, he did not drop that cigarette, did he?
You guys can, you'll explain to me what's going on?
Yes, sir. Is your name Mark?
Are you Mark?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm the sergeant. Did you say you asked to speak with me?
Well, I was asking a few questions. First of all, I'm trying to understand what exactly is going on.
Okay.
Done anything for me, am I right, sir?
Okay. The reason why you're in handcuffs right now is because we received a call from an agency in Colorado. What had happened is they had got information that you were potentially up here, and they said that they had a warrant for murder second for you. I'm sorry?
I have no idea what that's about.
Okay.
He was arrested in Bellingham, Washington, where he had been working as a truck driver. He was charged with second-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death.
There was never any doubt in my mind ever from day one. I knew that Mark had something to do with Dylan's disappearance and then, unfortunately, his murder. Yes. I've said that from day one.
Shitty motherfucker. He's going to get to eat a lot of shit and ass in prison, let me tell you. I bet he's one happy shit. Smile like a possum eating shit. Yeah! I don't know how many of them I'm at. If you've kept count, tell me down below.
All right, we're on the record on Mr. Redwine's case, 17 CR 343. And we are here for his initial advisement. Mark Redwine unlawfully, feloniously, knowingly, or recklessly caused injury to or permitted to be unreasonably placed in a situation that posed a threat of injury to the life or health of a child, namely Dylan Redwine, that resulted in the death of the child in violation of Section 18-6-401, 1A and 7AI of the Colorado Revised Statutes.
The trial would begin in 2021. Mark pleading.
Here's my question. What other evidence did they have other than blood in this house? The fact that someone's seen him driving a four-wheeler probably down the road he's drove 100 times. I'm just playing devil's advocate for a second. Hold on. I think he's a shitty father. Shitty motherfucker. Oh, that's a shitbird right there. Okay. But I'm sure he's probably drove his ATV or four-wheeler, whatever it was, down this road before. Blood at the house, I mean, could have been a broken nose, could have been nosebleed. I mean, there's a lot of circumstantial shit. So, I know that no prosecutor is willing to go to trial unless, they're at least 75 to 100% sure that it's an open and shut case. Because if they didn't think that they could get him for murder too, I mean, that's why it wasn't murder one. It goes, I believe murder two is like, due to no fault. I believe murder one is you plan it out and it's violent and everything else. I believe murder two is like, it happened. It wasn't premeditated or anything like that. And then, I mean, it would not be classified as, crime of passion or nothing. But I want to know what other evidence did they have on this little shit face. I just want another reason to call him something shitty. Because he's shitty.
Not guilty. The prosecution argued that the murder of Dylan Redwine was due to the photographs he had seen, the ones of Mark eating poo and dressing in diapers and women's clothing. He maybe brought it up and Mark lost it. It was likely blunt force trauma that killed him, and then Mark decapitated him. The defense went with animal attack. Okay, Mark, maybe he likes to gobble down, shit. But who doesn't in the privacy of his own home? Nothing to be embarrassed about having doo-doo feces around your face. That's not shame him. Nothing wrong with that. Why would he get embarrassed about that? So a bear attack, or animal attack, is what they went with. During the trial, the prosecution actually got a bear expert to explain to the jury hibernation patterns and bear attacks and all. Long story short, by late November, most bears would be, sawn wood, and there would be no human trash would have attracted to them regardless, so it was highly unlikely a bear, or really any other animal, would have been responsible.
Jury verdict count number 1, murder in the second degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Mark Redwine, guilty of count number 1. Be quiet, please. Murder in the second degree, signed by Mr. Parker. Jury verdict, count number 2, child abuse. We, the jury, find the defendant, Mark Redwine, guilty of count 2, child abuse.
At the end of the 3-week trial, and after a day of deliberation, Mark Redwine would be found guilty of murdering his son. He will be sentenced in October 2021. He's expected to receive, a good few decades, which will amount to life for 59-year-old Mark Redwine. And so ends the enduring case of Mark and Dylan Redwine, one which lasted for years. And so Mark ended up just being a giant piece of shit, and when his son Dylan saw him chowing down on it,
Well, at least he didn't eat himself, because he was a shitty person.
wolfing it down, he had to go. I still have unanswered questions though, if I may. Whose poo was it? Was it Mark? Was it his own poo? Was it somebody else's poo? Does it make it worse if it's somebody else's poo or his own poo? Was he the one wearing the diaper? Was he doing it solo? So many questions. Not sure if I want the answers. Oh well, old shit breath, he can gobble down as much as he wants now in his cell. Might be the first person I've talked about who I will happily call a shithead. And I mean that in literally every way possible.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That's right. This video was actually suggested by a subscriber, and thank you. Yes, you was right. Mike went after him hardcore. I enjoyed it. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. He was a true turd in the full shit spectrum of shititude. I've said shit so many times I had to try and make new words out of the word shit. I was going for at least 99 times in this video. I don't think I made it. I don't think I did. I'm hoping I got close. If you have a shit counter, leave a comment down below. Tell me just how many shits I got to say in this one. Oh my god. And unless he confesses to what we don't know, we don't know why he did it, which is shitty. We don't know for sure that he did actually do it, which is shitty. There was no murder weapon other than him having the pictures of him eating shit and dressing up in women's clothes and wearing a diaper. Was he just that shitty of a father to where, look, I don't care. Mike's right though. He don't even have to worry about cleaning out that toilet before he makes toilet wine. He's gonna be like, it just gives it that nutty taste. I'm sorry, that was the last one. This last one, I promise. I promise. No more shit jokes. No more shit jokes. All right. Thank you so much for suggesting this video. He ripped him a good one. I loved it. That's one thing I like about Mike. He don't hold back sometimes. He lets yeah. He lets it rip. Last one. I promise. All right. If you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed today's video, I enjoyed it way too much. There's no way, but hit that like button anyways. Oh, God. And if you're a fan of the spooky, scary, strange, deranged, and evidently people who eat poo, think about subscribing. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I've laughed so much my face hurts. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home. And that's no reason to kill someone, especially your own child. Like, be the person your kid wants you to be. Just because he tells you you can eat shit and die doesn't mean you really need to eat shit and die. Last one. I'm out. Bye.